Hey everybody, what's up? So today we are going to be reacting to a little bit of the basics of rugby. Now I have had a few of you comment and leave a few videos to react to. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. I did look up a few of those videos and everybody had already done it. So I wanted to be a little different. And I saw this one was quite popular as well, and it's got drawings. So, without further ado, let's check out the basics, well, a guide to rugby union.
Rugby is one of England's most popular sports and is played by people of all ages, shapes and sizes, male and female. This animation teaches you about the main laws of rugby so you can have more fun watching or playing this great game.
I already know one rule from you guys that stuck out to me. You can only pass the ball behind you. That's it. No forward passes, just behind you.
You play rugby in a jersey, shorts and boots with studs, and you wear a mouth guard to protect your teeth. The ball is an oval shape and looks a bit like an egg. Because rugby originated in England, there are a lot of English expressions. There are two versions of rugby, rugby union and rugby league. This film is about rugby union, the most popular version of rugby.
Okay, so maybe sometime we'll check out rugby league as well. And y'all had also mentioned this in the comments as well, thank you. But this is rugby union, apparently.
Rugby pitch is about the same size as a football pitch. On the pitch, there are a number of lines. We start from the halfway line. From this line, the game is started or restarted after a score.
So, kind of like soccer in that aspect. Starts out, middle of the field. Gotcha.
After the kickoff, the ball must cross this line. Then there is the 22-metre line. Next is the try line. Behind this line, you can score a try by touching the ball down.
So it's called a try line, not a touchdown, not a score, not a points. It's called a try.
Two vertical posts and a crossbar. The last line is the dead ball line and marks the end of the field. On the sides, you find the 5 metres line and the 15 metres line. During a line-out, the players must stay between these lines. A game is 2 halves of 40 minutes and has a half-time break of about 10 minutes.
Okay, so you do have a halftime, a 10-minute halftime. That's not very long. And 40 minutes each way, that's damn near an hour and a half of hard hits and non-stop action. When do you substitute? We'll find out. We'll find out.
A rugby team has 15 players. 8 of them are called the forwards. These guys form the scrum and lineout and do the more heavy work. Next you have 7 players called the backs, and they do most of the fast running.
The guys on your left are your big guys, your forwards, your line, if you will, doing all the hard work. Your backs over here, they're your running backs, your receivers, your agile, quick players. Those are yours. Everybody that's fast in gym class, you're going to be a back. Big blockers, big guys, you're going to be forwards. Go out there, run everybody over. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting so far.
Connects the forwards and the backs. The last man is the full-back. You play rugby with your hands and feet. Most of the time you carry the ball in your hands. But rugby is a team sport, so you pass the ball to your teammates. When you pass, you are only allowed to pass backwards. You do this mainly by an underhand throw across the body. But if you wish to, you can pass overhand too. You may pass as much as you want.
They don't limit your passes. That's good to know. You can pass as much as you want.
You may do so, usually to gain territory. There are several ways to score points. The most important way is to score a try. You score a try when you place the ball on the ground, on or behind the try line of your opposition.
Yeah, like the end zone in American football. Okay, this has got a lot of similarities to American football. So far, rugby seems like soccer with football mixed together. It's a lot of running, just like soccer. You don't get breaks. And a lot of hitting, just like American football. You're going to get beat up.
Is 5 points. Because you scored a try, your team may also attempt to kick the ball from the ground, but it must carry between the posts and above the crossbar. This is called a conversion and awards your team an extra 2 points. So together, you score 7 points.
Once again, like American football, that's pretty cool. We must have derived quite a bit from rugby. So we have you score 6, extra point 1, 7. So both get 7 points. This is very cool. This is very cool. I'm liking this video so far.
Referee awards you a penalty kick. Your team can choose to restart the game, kick for a line out, or kick the ball between the posts. If you kick between the posts and score, you get 3 points. You can also get points at any time during the game by scoring a drop goal, when you intentionally drop the ball in front of you and kick it immediately after it hits the ground.
Question, these kicks, y'all don't have, because they just explained the players a minute ago, y'all don't have like designated kickers? Like anybody can kick it through the goal, or do y'all get y'all's best kicker to do it? Somebody explain that down to me in the comments, please. I would much appreciate it.
And penalty, it must travel between the posts. This also wins your team 3 points.
Scrum. I'm curious to hear what a scrum is, because I've been hearing that everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. It's time to learn.
Suppose you throw the ball forwards, or you drop the ball and it bounces forward. In both cases, the referee will decide that a scrum must be formed. A scrum is a restart after a foul, where the ball travels forward from the hand.
Okay, so a scrum is kind of like a fumble. You lose possession of the ball. When it gets past you, you drop it. You're running with it, you drop it. Kind of like a fumble, if you will. But instead, it's called a scrum. And you stop play. Or the scrum is actually, the scrum is what we'll find out.
The forwards of both teams set in a specific formation and set against each other, like you can see in this view from above. Next, the scrum.
Okay, so that's a scrum. That's a scrum. The act of that is a scrum. Okay. Noted. You fumble the ball, you get in a scrum.
Half will roll the ball straight into the middle of the scrum, and both teams are allowed to contest for the ball by pushing and using their feet after the ball has entered the scrum to move the ball backwards. While the ball is in the scrum, you are not allowed to touch it with your hands. When the ball comes out of the scrum, it is usually the scrum half who will pass it to one of the waiting players, and the next attack will start.
Okay, so a little bit like hockey. I don't watch too much hockey, but I know they drop the puck. But that's just 2 people. This is all your forwards. And there was, 9 forwards? That's a lot of people out there. And you can't use your hands. That's interesting. So you kick it with your feet. That's interesting. So what is that? 7 people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on each side. Looks like I could be miscounting. And then okay.
If the ball leaves the field of play because it's kicked out, or because a player with the ball is tackled and falls across the touchline, or the foot of a player who is holding the ball touches the touchline.
So if you go out of bounds, is pretty much what I'm getting off of the line out of bounds.
Game will be restarted with a line out. To form a line out, the forwards of both teams will stand in separate lines between the 5 and 15-metre lines. Next, the ball will be thrown straight in between the two lines by the team in possession. The player who can jump the highest, and he may be lifted by his teammates, may catch the ball or tap it to his scrum half. With this ball possession, they can start to attack again.
Kind of reminds me of Jackpot, game we used to play as kids. One guy's at the other end, throw it to a group of people. Whoever catches it becomes the thrower. You jump up, try to catch it. I was terrible. I was never good because I'm short. I was not very good. But I do remember that.
The unique thing about rugby is that you can stop players by tackling, but can only tackle a player who is in possession of the ball. You're only allowed to use your hands, arms and body. You can grab the man with the ball everywhere except his neck and head.
Okay, that's what a few of y'all were saying. So anywhere below the body. Anywhere neck down, you can tackle somebody. It does not, as long as they have the ball. You can't just run around tackling folks. It doesn't work. We're gentlemen here, okay? Only tackle the ball carrier.
You're not allowed to kick him or tackle him while he's in the air. If you do, the referee will send you off the field immediately by issuing a yellow or red card.
Exactly like soccer. You get cards, you're down a man. Okay, nice. I like that.
A common way to tackle is using the shoulder and arms, targeting an opposition player below the waist so he falls to the ground.
Like I said, you got to get low, but like you said, sometimes you got to go high too. Sometimes it's a risk. You got to risk it to get the biscuit.
During the game, you will often see two situations, a ruck and maul. But what are these? Suppose a player carrying the ball makes contact with a player who wants to tackle him. But instead of falling on the ground, they keep standing up. Immediately, teammates of both teams will join this formation to compete for the ball, which will be somewhere in the middle. This formation is called a maul. The man with the ball will try to turn his back to his opponents and make the ball available for his teammates. If a maul takes too long, the referee will award a scrum in favour of the team moving forward.
How long, somebody tell me, how long is too long? Is it 5 to 10 seconds? Is it anything over 15 seconds? How long is too long before they call a scrum? You let me know down in the comments.
A ruck is formed after the man with the ball is tackled and the players fall on the ground. During this situation, two very important rules come into play. The man who made the tackle must let go of the tackled player, and the man who is tackled must release the ball immediately. Players of both teams will bind as a unit with each other over the ball group and compete to win the ball with their feet and pushing back the opposing players.
A ruck could be a little confusing to me. I'd have to check that rule out again later on down the line. But that's pretty cool. Offsides. Okay, I'm curious to see how much similarities this has with other offsides.
There are several ways to be offside. One of the most common ways is during a maul, when players are competing to get possession of the ball or to stop them all being driven towards the try line. The offside line starts at the heel of the foot of the last person in the maul and runs across the field from touchline to touchline.
Y'all get behind either line. Okay, that's why they were going like circular. Okay.
Can enter the maul unless they do so from behind that player's foot. Though rugby is a physical and sometimes tough sport, A rugby player always respects his opponent and the referee. Whatever the referee decides, you will never contest their decision or risk being penalised.
This is probably my favorite rule. Respect, sportsmanlike conduct, if you will. You gotta have it. You must have it. It's something you can't play sports without respect. Sportsmanlike conduct. What the ref says goes. There's a reason why he's there.
You pay your respects to your opponents and the referee by applauding them when they leave the field. Respect and sportsmanship are two of the most important values of rugby union. Hopefully, with this explanation, you will enjoy watching rugby even more. But if you are a boy or a girl and want to play rugby yourself, go to englandrugby.com and find a rugby club near you.
That was pretty informational. That was a really nice video. Okay, now I pretty much know the basics. I know a little bit of the lingo. And as I go on, I'll learn some more. So that was a really cool video. I digged it. I dug it, if you will. But thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to more hits and learning more about this sport that y'all call rugby. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon.